and saying decriminalize marijuana. That's a positive thing. Calling for states' rights. That's a positive thing. Calling for the end of the Patriot Act and the secret arrest of Americans under NDAA and saying Obama shouldn't be saying the UN is over our military. That's great things. So overall, Rand Paul is doing a lot of really important things, and he's the best we've got in the U.S. Senate. So I like Rand Paul. But that doesn't mean I'm in a cult here and that I'm not going to talk about issues that I have with some of the things he's doing. Now, that said, I want to explain here where I stand on immigration very clearly, not from a political perspective, but from a real geopolitical level. Not what we want to believe, not with what's popular, not with what the media is out there pushing, but the reality. Here's a quote from Rand Paul in statements last Friday. We're getting an ever-dwindling percent of the Hispanic vote, Paul says. We have to let people know, Hispanics in particular, we're not going to put you on a bus and ship you home. And that's a statement. And it goes on. And he has said we need to find, continuing here, a path towards, quote, eventual legalization. Okay. The program that Bush brought up 3 times and then tried to keep secret the 3rd time, but Senator Sessions released, would legalize the 30 million illegals, that's the real number, and then let them legalize their family and bring them in. And before I get into all of that, because that's the Republican plan that's being pushed, that's what Boehner says. You notice the Republicans now say, oh, we're going to be for tax increases because the banksters want that money for more bailouts. So let's talk the facts here. First, the media sells it that all Hispanics want open borders. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that, well, if you're for Raza, the race, no other group is allowed to talk like that. It's not because the globalists like Hispanics or Latinos. They hate everybody. It's that they want to use the, 600 million that can easily get to the United States, 120 million in Mexico. What's the total population? I meant to look this up this morning. I know it's 600 million that are easily accessible to get into the U.S., but that's only counting a small portion. What's the total population of Latin America? Google total, use the NSA search engine, total population of Latin America. Give me that number. I know it's close to 800 million. The point is, you got hundreds and hundreds of millions of people who come from incredibly corrupt third world colonial systems who want to come here, and the government, I covered this yesterday, has websites saying, come here and have your babies for free, come here and get free welfare. The illegals are allowed to get as many tax ID numbers they want and get as many welfare checks as they want. One home in Austin got tens of millions of dollars. We've covered all of this. It's been in the news. You've seen it in the news. And it's all left alone. Why is that? It's economic warfare. To drive down the wages, to bankrupt the country, and to create giant client groups that will vote for socialism because they perceive they're getting an Obama phone. Guys, you can just 572 million. Yeah, the number I've got, though, is if you count all the other Caribbean islands and the rest of it, I've seen some estimates. Perhaps, I think they're saying by the end of, okay, we've got that, so it's getting close to 600 million, so my original. But I've seen some estimates, perhaps they're saying 800 million by the end of the decade. But the point is, you've got 600 plus million people that want to come here. And it'd be one thing if we took 30 million on and there was no welfare. It would be probably a boom for the country. And a lot of folks from Latin America will work hard. Americans have had liberty so long, I don't care what color they are. A lot of Americans have gotten lazy. A lot of Americans are still the hardest working people in the world, whether you're Hispanic, black, white, Asian, whatever the case is. But you've got people coming here, and the ideology in the public schools, the universities is, we're going to take America over. We're going to do all this. La Raza, you can't wear American flags. La Reconquista, La Infosora, La Reconquer. All of this, and everybody knows this is going on. And it's also the globalists get a voting block. So, A, this won't help Hispanics long term. B, it will just collapse North America like Latin America has collapsed. And you can't say, oh, we want to be friendly. Yes, we want Latino votes, so we'll be for legalization. And then, oh, we'll legalize the next group, too, because we want to get Latino votes. They've been sold, on average, now you're getting, what, 80% or so calling themselves socialists that are voting, who are, quote, Latino. What, become Lenin so you get elected? That's Marxism in Latin America. What, become Hugo Chavez? Rand? I mean, the globalists would probably put you in if you came and announced you wanted communism. And the bankers would sit offshore siphoning off the majority of the money. This is the plan. So you can't go to lawbreakers. I mean, we already have the most open country in the world. The government gives the people free health care. Come here and have your babies. That's on the official government websites. We can't do this. And this is the idea now. They go, oh, Obama won. That's a mandate for open borders. That's the globalists. That's the New World Order. That's the end of this country. And they've sold the idea that you're anti-Hispanic if you don't want open countries. Really? Mexico, you open yourself up to the rest of Latin America. What, are you anti-Latino, Mexico? Have you ever wanted to generate your own supply of electrical power, even save money on your electric bill? If so, this could be one of the most important messages you will ever hear. Solar-powered generators are now available. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving electrical power. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity from the sun. It's like having an electrical power plant running quietly in your own home. Run sump pumps, shortwave radios, computers, and even keep your food from spoiling. Whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never suffer through painful power outages again. And here's the best news. A remarkable fall truckload sale is going on right now that gets you $1,700 in bonuses when you buy a solar generator. To find out why these solar generators are the best generators and get $1,700 in bonuses for doing so, go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com. Generate your own supply of electricity. Go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com.
What looks good under your Christmas tree and tastes even better? Big Berkey water filters. Yes, the gift of clean water. A gift that provides a great foundation for achieving good health in the lives of your loved ones. A Big Berkey water filter gives them protection from bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride, pesticides and herbicides, VOCs and more. And best of all, a Big Berkey water filter is a gift that lasts for many years with no additional investment. And that saves time and money in filter replacements that other water filters require and are even powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. As always, all orders over $50 are shipped free, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Order online at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, spelled Big, B-E-R-K-E-Y, waterfilters.com, or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Gift well this Christmas. Give a Big Berkey water filter.
You know what happens to your digestive health around the holidays? Right. Unusual schedules and foods you don't normally eat can cause upset stomach and indigestion. But you can prepare your digestive tract with Pro-EM1 Probiotic Cleanse from Terraganics.com. Pro-EM1 is all natural and made with certified organic ingredients. It contains no genetically modified ingredients or preservatives and has no animal products, wheat, soy, dairy, or gluten. Pro-EM1 does not require refrigeration, so you can take it with you, over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house. Pro-EM1 supports a healthy, regular digestive system, supports weight loss, and improves absorption of food nutrients. Improve your digestion and keep off those extra pounds with Pro-EM1 Probiotic Cleanse. Call or click Terraganics.com, spelled Terraganix.com. Toll free 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Terraganics. Life's getting better.
Do for Bryce and many others that are patiently holding. We'll start your calls at the next hour getting into 2012 and the rest of the news. And Bev Harris joins us at the bottom of the hour. But continuing here, I started talking about state-run media earlier at the start of the next segment and then digressed off into a bunch of other issues. But we really do have a state-run media more and more, but running parallel to the alternative media, which is independent, shoestring budget. But it doesn't matter because we've become so popular, not just Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, but many other sites. And because you have supported us, the system now openly says they want to censor and shut down the real media. So we shouldn't even call ourselves the alternative media. We're the real media. We're the people's media versus state-run media. And you've got to start seeing it like that because that's what it is. They don't like the fact that you can go to prisonplanet.tv and see a well-produced nightly news show. They don't like the fact that you can go to drudgereport.com and that he can link to one of our videos or someone else's and take something obscure and make it the issue in the country. They're not controlling the narrative. As Hillary Clinton said last year, they're losing the info war against the people. Brzezinski said it 2 years ago and said it again over the weekend at a prestigious conference. He said the globalists are losing control. Populist movements will overthrow global government. Because your global government is an authoritarian nightmare. You may get a bunch of mainline, well-meaning liberals to sign on to authoritarian world government because they believe in making people do things for the greater good. But we know you're not even trying to make us do things for the greater good. That's bad enough. We know you're premeditated and evil, and we're exposing you. The signal's already been sent. It's like we've already stabbed the globalist about 50 times in the stomach. Their guts are hanging out. They're still moving forward on adrenaline. By the way, they're stabbing us too. This is a fight to the death. I hope everybody knows that. And every time we shove the stiletto, the big ice pick, into their guts, it's whoever wants it most. Whoever's left standing will then be re-energized like the phoenix. That's how political systems work. And we're in the fight of our lives. You need to understand that. And the more they get oppressive now, the more it's going to backfire on them unless they can totally take over. And that window's closing on them. But they don't care. They're going to just throw fits and try to overrun us. Not going to work. Because all the zombies, don't look at the zombies, the dumbed-down, slobbering public, the poor victims of this, and think, oh my gosh, they'll never fight the tyranny. It's never been the general public that fights tyranny. It's a tiny group of elite, and then there's us. And we are small compared to the majority, but we are a throng, an army. There are tens of millions fully awake in the U.S., hundreds of millions worldwide, and our numbers are growing. Everyone I talk to that goes to Europe or goes to Latin America or goes to Africa or goes to Asia says your name is everywhere. InfoWars is spray painted on the subway walls. That's not a power trip for Alex Jones. That's the opposite. I go, man, we're actually breaking through to the other side. I better do a good job. But I just want to give you that good report, ladies and gentlemen. There are forces of good in this universe as well, not just evil. But you have got to stand up and be the leader you were born to be. Not who the globalists said you were. They said you were a failure. They said you were ugly. They said you were pathetic. Stop believing that lie. Stop believing Madison Avenue. You are an incredible creation in the middle of a gorgeous planet, overrun by criminals. Defeat them. We'll be back.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Strategic relocation is a systematic way to think strategically in the future about how do I safeguard.
Renowned author and expert, Joel Skousen.
The U.S. isn't building huge underground bases and bunkers because of some terrorist threat. They know that a massive nuclear attack is coming. They want that attack to come.
Joel Skousen is renowned as one of the world's foremost experts in strategic relocation and the securing of your home.
What I tell people is that you do have time. We talk about natural disasters, the health environment. We talk about pollution, the water quality. My personal experience about being in every one of these states, most people won't even be ready and won't be able to get out of town because there'll be absolute panic.
There is no preparedness without strategy. This Christmas, give the gift of preparedness. Strategic Relocation, the film.